seeing how people were able to do that. And just a little bit about my background. I've created this book or this product on how to get good grades in less time. And it didn't take me that long to put it together, but I've been sitting on this for like 3 or 4 months now, and I didn't make much progress. And what I want to share with you today is something that I discovered, and I've been applying it. And recently I've been talking to people. I've been to like people like best-selling authors. I've been getting in contact with people. I've been putting stuff out there, and I've been seeing really cool changes. So I just want to share that with you today, and I hope that I've been implementing it these last few weeks, and I think we can all implement it and see cool changes. I was at a David Nagel seminar 2 weeks ago, and for those of you that don't know, David Nagel is someone he's a multimillionaire, but he used to drive a forklift at Costco. And he, at the seminar, he was talking about how people can make millions of dollars, and that's what he does. He coaches people to do that. So afterwards, I went up to him and I'm like, David, so how did you get from where you were to where you are now? How did you do it? And he said that you need to have a sense of urgency. He said that that's the key to getting from where you are to where you want to be. And he said that you need to have the same sense of urgency that a drug addict has to get his drugs. Because a drug addict, it doesn't matter if they don't have money. It doesn't matter if they don't know the right people. Whatever it takes, they're going to get their drugs, no matter what. And over the last 2 weeks, I was thinking about this. I came back from the seminar. I've been thinking about why is that so important. And one reason I realized is because you need to get to version 3.0. This is something that internet marketing expert Evan Pagan talks about. And he says that you're going to have this business idea, right? You're like, man, I'm going to make $1 million. I got this idea. It's set. I'm good to go. And you're going to put it out there, and it's going to suck. No one's going to like it. You're going to make $0. But then you're going to get feedback. You're going to learn cool things. And you're going to make updates to it. And you're going to get to that version 2.0. And what he says is it's not until you get to that 3.0 version that you're really going to start seeing success and the money's start coming in. And what that means is when you have a sense of urgency, you're getting through your failures a lot more quickly. So you can get to that 3.0 version and have that success. But to me, what's even more important than that is when you have a sense of urgency, you can get through your successes a lot more quickly too. Because I don't think that anyone here, myself included, our goal isn't really to start a business and make money, because in the long term, that's not really that fulfilling. I think everyone, what they want to do is do something that's going to impact the world positively, as many people as possible. And when you have a sense of urgency, you're not only going through your failures a lot more quickly, you're going through your successes a lot more quickly too. So, and with each success comes more opportunity. More people, easier to contact more people, more business opportunities, more opportunities to reach more people and do things of worldwide implications. So that's kind of why you need a sense of urgency. And a really cool example is I was watching a talk by Tim Ferriss. And everyone know who Tim Ferriss is? Author of 4 Hour Workweek. And he was talking about how one of his friends just died of pancreatic cancer. And within that same week, one of his friend's daughters was diagnosed with incurable cancer. And he said that he realized from that there's still so much he wants to do, and there's so many bigger things that he hasn't done yet that he wants to do. But the takeaway from it was that he needs to do it all with a sense of urgency, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to be like. You don't know, what your health is going to be like. You don't know what opportunities you're going to have. You don't know, like, if you're going to be stuck in a job 9 to 5 working like a slave for somebody, and you don't have time to run your business. So whatever it is that he wants to do bigger, he realized that he has to do with a sense of urgency and do it now. And I think that the best way to really internalize this, at least for me, was to think of Richard Branson, the Virgin multi-billionaire. And I don't know if you know this, but in 1988, Virgin was in 300 million pounds of debt. And that's a big deal, They were working on Virgin for 20 years. 20 years before that, he launched a magazine called Student. And that's where it all started. 20 years later, he was in 300 million pounds of debt. And can you imagine the sense of urgency he felt to get out of that? He said in his book, I felt such a sense of urgency to get out of that rut. We had to do it quickly or we're going to fail. And if we can all feel that sense of urgency, even though we don't have that external pressure, but if we can feel that internally to go after whatever it is we want, then our chance of success go up exponentially. And I think the interesting thing about it is, the main takeaway is have a sense of urgency. But the interesting thing about it is it doesn't matter what stage you're at. So if you don't have a business idea yet, I talk to so many people, I want to start a business, but I have to get a job first. I don't have any ideas. But that's bullshit, because if you have a sense of urgency about having an idea, and you keep thinking about it, and you keep saying, I need to have an idea, and your subconscious mind goes to work, and ideas will come to you, multiple ideas, and they'll just keep getting better and better. And then guess what? You're going to start working at it with a sense of urgency. You'll get to that version 3.0, and you're going to start making money. But even if you have an idea and you've been sitting on it like I was for 4 months, then when you have that sense of urgency, you can move forward with it. And even if you don't know what the next step is, just by taking a step and moving forward, then the right step will come to you. And this is how you develop a sense of urgency. Two things. One, you need to define your goal. And that doesn't mean saying I want to start a business, because that's so vague and unactionable that it doesn't mean anything, and it's not something you can act upon. So you need to define what type of business you want to start, how much money you want to be making per month, when you want to do it by, and what type of lifestyle you want that business to give you. You need those 4 things, and you need to have that goal and see that goal in your mind. And the second thing you have to do is answer what would happen if you didn't do that. What would happen if you didn't go after your goal? What type of life would you be living? And think about that as well. Define the worst case scenario. And when you have that fear and you have that excitement from that goal and you put it together and you dwell on it every single day, that feeling of excitement and fear is what's going to propel you to move forward with a sense of urgency, because you really want this and you really don't want that shitty situation. So you're going to move forward, and you're going to move forward with it like your life depends on it, because you have to move forward like your life depends on it, or you're not going to have that version 3.0 making $1 million. I was sharing this today with my roommate. He came in and I was just kind of jotting down some things I want to talk about. He's like, what are you doing? And I told him. And he's like, oh, that's really cool, because he's on the football team. And I just want to leave you with this quote that he shared with me. He said that on the football team, what they tell you every single day is that if you're going to make a mistake at full speed. And I love that so much, because it's exactly what it is. Move forward with a sense of urgency and expect road bumps, expect mistakes, but go forward full speed anyway. It's not necessary to do plans. It's not necessary to keep planning and, oh man, I don't know what to do next. Just move forward with a sense of urgency, like your life depends on it, and reach that success. Today's all about execution, so just all start executing. Thank you.